Welcome back. I'm Emily at Emily's podcast, Tribute to All Little Angels, Part 4, Episode 3 of Refresh Our Memory. February 27th, 2022. My eyes open, and the first thing I think of is the fence being removed from the west side of the cemetery near Megan. Well, actually, just west of Megan. My stomach is in knots. I feel sick with disgust. My heart is heavy. I lay here and start thinking. I thought, what are they doing? Are they expanding? Are they getting ready to survey to put the headstones back where they belong? My gut is telling me I have to do something. My first thought is I will email the governor and send him a few pictures reminding him of me contacting him once before. Then my next thought is how do they live with themselves? Every one of them. Not just one, two, or three, but all of them. My thoughts are all over the place. My mind went wildly overthinking. I had to stop myself. Now that's what you call self-control. 11:03 a.m. I'm crying. I have to lay down and I pray to God. My body hurts, my head hurts and spins at the same time. I lay my face in the pillow and I screamed and I cried. I talked with God. I talked with Megan and asked Megan to forgive me. I'm apologizing to my granddaughter, and it's not me who should be. I have to find another approach. 3 p.m. We are meeting with a photographer this afternoon to take pictures of Madison in her senior cap and gown. I'm so excited. I love you, baby. I'm so very proud of you and everything you have achieved. She's an awesome daughter, granddaughter. I love you, Maddie Rose. Let's have fun. And thank you, dear God, Megan and Wyatt, for watching over Maddie. Amen. And now I sit staring at Madison's pre-K picture. I can't say it enough. I'm so proud of her. February 28, 2022. Another heavy heart with me waking up this morning. It's almost like I'm getting used to this feeling. When I was ready to start the day, I went shopping with Madison. I need this day out. 3:52 p.m. I'm having one of those feelings again. A feel as though I need to shorten the 4-page letter and start sending it. 5:21 p.m. Madison drove to the cemetery. And because I'm the passenger, Madison pulls up to Megan's side, the west side, for me to take pictures and check things out. After we visit with Megan, Madison drove over to Wyatt and we visit with him. And then she drove back by Megan again. And when we made it home, I'm able to sit back and relax. I needed to. March 1st, 2022. Madison and I ran errands this morning, and when we were done, she took me home and she went to wash the car. At 12:43 p.m., I'm just sitting thinking to call Patty, and the phone rang. It's Patty. We didn't talk long. She sounded drained. I did mention to her about sending the emails, and I'm thinking to send one to Ellen. Patty said, I thought you already did. I said, I have written to others, but not to Ellen yet. Patty said, it wouldn't hurt, Em. We talked a matter of a few more minutes and hung up. March 2nd, 2022. When I woke up at 6:33 a.m., I thought, why isn't anyone hearing me? I'm asking for help. I feel sick, and I lay here and fell back asleep. When I woke up at 8:49 a.m., I did feel better, but my thoughts went to, I have to find something different. I asked my angels to show me what to do. show me how to do it. I got out of bed and I tried not to let my mind go there. As I cleaned up, made the beds and such, I sat at the edge of my bed and prayed to God. Madison left for work and I thought, oh no. My next thought is I have to stay busy. 2:11 p.m. I got paper and pen and I start writing a shorter version of the 4-page letter. I did get it written and made some good points, and I can fill in as the story is being told. I can't tell it all in an email. I wrote, I have a story to tell. I have traveled several avenues trying to get someone to listen, to view pictures and a video. I don't understand why they won't listen or don't want to listen. Please help. Briefly, May 11, 2015, floodwater floods a cemetery. May 9, 2015, I visit the cemetery after the street reopened to find headstones moved. I took pictures. My granddaughter was laid to rest since 1999, west of a south tree. We began calling the city. We called over and over and over again. Then, 10 months later, I was able to meet with the city manager. The first meeting, March 28, 2016, at the cemetery. The second meeting, April 6, 2016, at the City Hall, then at the cemetery. To their claims, they cut down a tree that never stood in that location. I have pictures to prove that saying. I went into an investigative mode. I probed. I compared pictures taken from 1999 on up, well, until now. I reenacted pictures. I have an overlay picture, and they just don't match up. I took a picture of the tree that is still standing to compare to the north tree or the south tree roots. The north tree was cut out after a storm that had cracked it in half in May 2010, October 2011, viewed on Google Earth. Please help. There is so much more to this story, to the effect we don't even know if we have my granddaughter's remains or not. Thank you for reading, Emily McMahon. As I wrote, I looked over at the microwave clock and the time is 2:22 p.m. I thought, I'm not giving up, angels. When I was done, I had to lay down. I dozed off. I slept for about 25 minutes when the phone rang and woke me up. I don't know why I feel I need to lay down in the middle of the day. I never used to be like that. I got up. I knew I needed to go for a ride or find something to do. I did get out. It's a beautiful day in the 70s. I mailed some letters and went to visit a friend. When I got home, I didn't have long to wait until Madison came home. So I knew I would be all right for this day. It's weird because I feel the feeling coming on, the stress, and I hate that feeling. Okay, so now I have the email letter shortened down. I need to start sending it. March 3rd, 2022. I'm awakened by a dream. I'm screeching. It's too much. I lay my head back down on the pillow. I'm confused. I lay thinking, the stress is too much. I fell back asleep, and when I woke up, I didn't even think of the dream. 10:03 a.m., Madison and I left to go to the cemetery. Madison wants to go to the cemetery before work this morning. When we arrived at the cemetery, I pulled in on the east side to visit Wyatt. We sat with him, prayed to him. I then pull around to visit Megan on the west side. I start taking pictures of the west side fence line. I have mentioned before that they were removing the fence on the west side. I drove closer to Megan's area and I noticed the fence is just open in some parts of the fence line. They were not widening the cemetery as I thought they may be doing. It looks as though they are replacing the fence. Man, I'm relieved. It takes a big weight off of me. After visiting with Megan and taking pictures, we left the cemetery. When we got home, Madison left for work at 11:23. I went to visit my daughter, Nicole, Megan's mother. The afternoon is nice and the weather is beautiful. 5:39 p.m. Patty calls. We talked for about 25 minutes and she asked, "How are you?" I said, "I'm good. How are you?" "She sounds good." Patty said, "I still haven't heard from the reporter. He hasn't returned my calls or message." I said, "At this time, Patty, all I'm concerned with is I hope he's all right and he's not in any trouble for reaching out." Patty said, He was old 30 years ago. I don't know why he wouldn't reply." I said, "I'm just going to move on. I have shortened a 4-page letter into a page and a half. It still may be too long for an email, but I will find out when I try to send it." I added the headlines and I could fill in the details if I can get someone to listen that will want to listen. Patty said, "Good. You did good, Em." We didn't talk long after and let each other go. The rest of the evening I cleaned up, and when it was time for bed, I'm ready. March 5th, 2022. Boy, oh boy. Some days are good, and some days not so good. I'm so darn emotional. I cry, and I cry some more. I ache. My heart hurts. I feel as though I'm fighting against the world by myself. 5:03 p.m. Madison and I went to the cemetery. I need to go. I pull up to Wyatt's area. The sun is so bright where we are trying to sit, so I pull around to the other side of the cemetery. We visit with him, now more comfortably. I walked toward the car a short time later and pulled around to visit Megan's area. The sun is in one of her pictures looks as though it's wrapped around the electrical pole. 2 out of 4 of the pictures taken has green orbs in them. I walked toward the car. I sat there for a few more minutes looking out at her area and wondering why no one, absolutely no one, wants to help to fix it. I pull away telling my angels I love them. March 6, 2022. I decided this morning when my eyes opened, I'm not going to let it get me down today. I'm not going to be hard on myself. After all, it's not my fault. It's not Megan's fault either. My morning went well. I cleaned. I did laundry. I'm getting things done for the week. My evening is calm. It's peaceful. I kept happy, positive thoughts the rest of the evening. March 7, 2022. Good thoughts this morning. Madison and I had work to do, so we went to get that done. It took us about 3 hours, and when we were done, and as I got in the car, I checked my phone because I had left it in the car. I have a message from Gail. Gail, my sister-in-law. 3:45 p.m. Gail wrote, "I gave Summer your phone number so you two can talk about the cemetery. Did you want me to leave this packet with her? And you can mail me one. It's up to you. I'm with her now." 3:48 p.m. I wrote, "Yes, leave it with her. Yes, she can call me. Thank you so much. I will get you one in the mail." Gail wrote, "Okay, thank you. She will be so happy. I wrote, I will be too. Yes, and thank you. I told Madison I'm happy we came out of the restaurant when we did. I didn't keep anyone waiting, but just a matter of a few minutes. Madison agreed. When I drove away from the restaurant, we went to the cemetery. 4:04 p.m. I pull up to Wyatt. We visit with him a few minutes. The sun is shining and I feel a sense of peace here. I wish my babies would have lived on earth with us. 4:15 p.m. I pull up to Megan's area. I took a few pictures. It's so sad to sit here and know 100% that the headstones are not where they should be. God, help me to finish this for you. Help me to get this fixed for you and the angels without their headstones. March 8th, 2022. 10:35 a.m. I'm on my phone for a little bit this morning, and I had commented on something on Facebook. Ellen commented back. When I saw this, I feel a need to reach out to her, and I did. I replied, I have a story for you. I would like to, I need to share this story with as many as I can. 10:47 a.m. My brother John calls. We talked for about an hour. John said, are you doing all right? What do you need? I said, I need someone to help me, someone to listen to me, someone to help me get this fixed for all of them. I said, I don't know why God gave me this, and I'm going through this, like all of this, no resolution. I don't understand why no one wants to fix it. John said, someone will help. Not long after, Gail, his wife, came in from work and John hung up. 3:33 p.m. I turned on my phone to see the time and I looked up the contact information for Ellen. I found a phone number, an email address, and the address to her show. When I saw the time, I'm happy. A tight feeling in my stomach, but a happy feeling. I said repeatedly, thank you, God. I think I will start by sending her a text message. 3:48 p.m. I wrote Ellen a text message. I wrote, good day. I would like to talk to you about something that has happened. I need advice, a finger pointed to guide me as to what else I can do or needs to be done. I have traveled several avenues with good pointers or advice that I have followed through with. May I ask to talk to you, to tell my story, show you the pictures, the video, the reenactment pictures, and an overlay picture. This is 100% the truth and it needs to be known. Thank you, Emily McMahon. And I left my phone number and my email address. I sent it. A second later, I received a link from Ellen. Wow, I know this is a long shot I made, and I hope it lands on bullseye. How ironic it would be to talk to Ellen and get a resolution. I would thank her forever. It's a long shot, but so worth it. Madison and I finished dinner. We had taken some street tacos to my son and his family. When we got back home, I relaxed after I cleaned the kitchen, and I haven't thought much about the text message I sent to Ellen earlier. I'm praying. I'm hoping that it all works out. March 9th, 2022. I have a busy morning, and I got back home at 12:30 p.m. I'm thinking a lot today. I thought to myself, I'm not giving up, and I promise you that. When I thought that, I have a good feeling, and I pray Ellen is the one to help. I'm staying positive and hopeful. March 10th, 2022. My great niece Carla made plans with me to spend the morning, early afternoon with her. She is treating me for my birthday, and I appreciate it too. Thank you, Carla. When we were done at 3:44 p.m., Carla asked to go to the cemetery. I drove back to visit Wyatt, and I showed Carla where he is laid to rest. Next, I pulled around to visit Megan. Carla and I sat and I talked about some of the story, and she came up with an idea to go to the news stations. And I'm thankful for all and any suggestions. Shortly after, we left the cemetery. When I took her home, I went home, and when Madison is off work, she wanted me to go with her. And while we were gone, I received a message. 6:17 p.m. Gail, my sister-in-law, messages. She wrote, "This is Summer's card and work number." Gail sent me Summer's business card. Summer is the girl who found the cemetery packet in the back seat of the rental car. 6:30 p.m. I wrote, "All right, thank you so much. Is she going to call me when she's done, or should I call her?" And Gail, "Thank you so much." Gail wrote, "Not sure. I just told her you want to talk to her. I don't have her home or cell number." I wrote, "All right, and thank you again." And I'm so grateful that at times someone sends me something like this. March 11th, 2022. When I woke up this morning, I opened the shades and I looked out. We are covered in snow. I knew I wasn't going anywhere, so I will make the best of the day inside. 12:50 p.m. I received a message from Ellen. Ellen wrote, "Happy birthday, my friend. Thanks for texting me." I replied, "Thank you so much. It means a lot." This made me feel good and hopeful she will help. Madison had left to go to work, but when she got off, she came in with bags and bags of groceries. I asked her, "What are you doing?" Madison said, "I'm making dinner. I got you a cake." I said, "Oh, baby, you are such a good girl. I love you, baby, and thank you." Madison cooked dinner. It was finished about 6:30 p.m., and someone knocked on the door. And it's my babies, all of them. My son's family, my daughter and her family. It was such a nice surprise. We had a good time. And thank you, Madison. Thank you all. This day is awesome, and I couldn't have asked for anything more. I have all my babies together. March 12th, 2022. When waking up this morning, I have a bad gut feeling, a feeling of me not doing enough. I pray to God. I ask Him to guide me, watch over me, and help me to get this done. Today, and most of the day, I did relax. I recuperated. I need to at times. March 13th, 2022. Another morning of waking up with a heavy heart. Please stop. March 14th, 2022. What an emotional morning. Madison had to get estimates on her car, so I knew I better get myself together. I can't be by myself today. I went with her. When we were done, we went to the cemetery. At 2:24 p.m. I pulled in, and as I pulled to the top of the hill, I see they are having a funeral. So I pulled to the street between Megan and Wyatt. I took a left turn at the corner street and went to the back side of Wyatt's area to visit him. When we were done, I pulled up to Megan and I took pictures from the street looking west. I visit Megan in a while for a while and then left the cemetery. Excuse me for that. March 15th, 2022. I have these emotional mornings and sometimes it scares me. When I woke up, my first thought was, these are the kinds of mornings I dread. In the next minute, I got up, sat at the edge of the bed, and told God, thank you. I stood up and started my day. 9:18 a.m. my phone rang. It's Patty. We talked for about an hour and 15 minutes. And as we talked, I could tell she is choked up, especially talking about her dad. I listened and she talked. We changed the subject when she asked, "What have you been up to?" I said, "I sent Ellen a text message." Patty said, "Wow, really?" I said, "Yes." Then she responded with a text telling me happy birthday. Patty said, "That is good, real good, Em. And you got a response and the communication is there." I said, "Yes. I just hope she will be able to help. Help until the end, not tell me something, then not follow through." Patty and I then talked about the reporter. I told Patty, "I just wish we knew if he's all right and if he got fired or if he's not allowed to talk to us." Patty said, "Like I said, he was old when he helped me, and that was 30 years ago." I said, "Oh, I know, but I just wish I knew why he cut me off. He was the one that kept the door open to let him know how it all worked out for us. I tried, but he didn't respond. I hope he is well." Patty said, "I think if he could help you, he would. He did give you a couple pointers, so we will go with that." I said, "Yes, and I appreciate it too, as I have appreciated everyone that's given me pointers or advice." Patty said, "Send me the messages from Ellen and her contact information." I said, "I will. Give me a little bit and I will." Patty and I talked a little longer and let each other go. 11:38 a.m. I sent Patty a message. I sent her the messages between Ellen and I. Patty wrote, "Crazy cool, Em. You would first think of an generated email, but your birthday? Wow, way cool. Thank you. I needed some good news somewhere. Bless you, Em." I wrote, "I hope and pray for you. And it is cool to have Ellen on our side. I'm hoping. Yes, good news is always good." Patty wrote, "Yes, it is, Em." And the rest of this day I stayed busy, so there was not too many tears shed. Thank you for listening. Stay kind with your words.